evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The former UN envoy to Yemen praises His Majesty Sultan Qaboos's role in putting an end to the crisis in Yemen. Egypt announces a major security operation in areas including the restive northern Sinai. And the Security Council fails to reach an appeal for a humanitarian truce in Syria. Those were the headlines, now the news in detail. His Excellency Ismail Weld Sheikh Ahmed, former UN envoy to Yemen, valued efforts exerted by the Sultanate in Yemen, praising His Majesty Sultan Qaboos's role in putting an end to the crisis in Yemen. In a statement to Oman News Agency, His Excellency Ismail Weld Sheikh Ahmed affirmed the Sultanate maintained its credibility with all parties, adding that the new envoy will prepare for a new round of talks, which starts with the negotiation meetings between Ansarullah Group and General People's Congress, which will be hosted by the Sultanate. Egypt today announced a major security operation involving the military and police forces in areas including the restive northern Sinai Peninsula, the epicenter of an insurgency spearheaded by a local affiliate of the Daesh group. The operation, announced by Army spokesman Colonel Tamer al-Rafai, began early today and covers central Sinai as well as areas in Egypt's Nile Delta and Western Desert. He said the operation is targeting terrorist and criminal elements. The announcement comes ahead of the presidential election in March, in which President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is running for a second four-year term with no serious contenders. The UN Security Council failed to back an appeal from UN aid officials for a month-long humanitarian ceasefire in Syria, where 4 days of government raids have killed scores of civilians. Russia dismissed the proposal as unrealistic, but Kuwait and Sweden, who requested the meeting, said they were considering other ways to address the worsening humanitarian crisis in the war-racked country. The UN humanitarian coordinator for Syria, Panos Mamtsis, on Tuesday called for the month-long ceasefire to reach civilians in need as fighting in eastern Ghouta and Idlib escalated. During the closed-door session, Council members heard UN aid chief Mark Lowcock appeal again for the pause in fighting to allow safe access to civilians. Meanwhile, French Ambassador François Delattre called for a strong response from the Council ahead of the meeting, appealing for an immediate ceasefire and unhindered access for aid workers. Delattre said eastern Ghouta is experiencing a Middle Ages-style siege. In Syria, we are now back to the darkest period of this conflict, with the highest death toll among civilians over the last year. In the meantime, French President Emmanuel Macron urged Russian President Vladimir Putin during a telephone call today to help ease civilians suffering in Syrian rebel positions. Turkish jets have resumed airstrikes in the Syrian Kurdish-run enclave of Afrin after a brief lull. Turkish jets resumed their aerial bombing campaign late yesterday, striking the northwestern enclaves among other targets. Turkey's military said its jets bombed a total of 19 targets, including shelters, ammunition depots and gun positions belonging to terror organizations. Unconfirmed Turkish media reports said that Turkey halted flights after Russia closed the airspace over Afrin after militants shot down a Russian Su-25 fighter jet in northern Idlib province on February 3rd. Russia effectively controls the skies over the region. The Sultanate participated in the meetings of the 101st session of the Economic and Social Council of the Arab League on a ministerial level in Cairo. The Sultanate's delegation to the meeting was led by His Excellency Talal bin Sulaiman Al Rabi, Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Planning. The meeting discussed a number of topics, topped by Arab Free Trade Zone, developments of Arab Customs Union, investments in the Arab countries, and project of developing small and medium-sized enterprises sector. US Vice President Mike Pence and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe arrived at an Olympic venue in Pyeongchang, South Korea today. Pence is using his appearance at the Winter Olympics to call on the international community to grow tougher on North Korea's nuclear program and human rights abuses. He arrived in Pyeongchang to cheer on American athletes, but Pence said he is warning the world against falling for the glossy image of the two Koreas as they are set to march in the opening ceremony under one flag. After meetings with South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Pence said there should be no consideration of using the Games as an opening for substantive talks with the North until its nuclear program is put on the table in negotiations. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Interior Design, Decoration and Furniture exhibition concludes. Back to some more local news. Oman oil price April delivery reached today $61.45 for the barrel. Dubai Mercantile Exchange stated that the Oman oil price declined today by $1.02 compared to yesterday's price, which reached $62.47. It is worth mentioning that the average price of Oman oil February delivery reached $61.60 for the barrel, increasing by 81 cents compared to the price of January delivery. The British Embassy in the Sultanate organised a seminar on strategy and development. The seminar comes within the framework of the activities of the Omani-British Friendship Association in cooperation with Muscat University and King's College London in order to acquaint Omani society with modern approaches in the field of planning and development. It also reviewed successful international strategies in planning and development and how the Sultanate can benefit from these strategies. Logistics and a faculty. Stemming from the importance of voluntary work in the development of society, a group of youth organised a clean-up campaign in the Walaya of Nizwa in the Governorate of Dakalia. The activity aimed to instill a culture of voluntary work among various society segments. The activity included cutting off and burning mangrove trees and other local plants which are harmful to the Omani environment, in addition to cleaning villages and roads. It also aimed to raise awareness among society members about the importance of preserving the facilities of society. The camp was supported by a number of public and private sector establishments. A ceremony was held in the Walaya of Mazuna to launch the first production line of textile products for Dofar's Centre for Social Investment. The production line, established in the Walaya of Salalah, aims to find marketing outlets for handicraft products in the various walayats of the Governorate of Dhofar. The project is established by the Public Authority for Craft Industries in cooperation with the private sector and bodies concerned. It is worth mentioning that the Public Authority for Craft Industries played a main role in providing handicraft centres with raw materials in various walayats of Dhofar Governorate, in addition to training and qualifying craftsmen and craftswomen there. The 5th edition of the Exhibition of Interior Design, Decoration and Furniture at Oman Exhibition and Convention Centre successfully concluded last night. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rabai.
The exhibition of the 5th edition, focusing on interiors designs and furnishing sectors, has successfully completed its 3-day activities. The significant objective of the exhibition was to display the latest technology usage of materials and innovative approaches to interior design, decor and furnishing. I met with the participants as well as visitors and have these to say.
Bushra Naimi, and we're a group of Qatari students here exhibiting our project in the Qatari Pavilion. We're part of the Qatari Talents. We graduated from Qatar Foundation from VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University in Qatar. What distinguishes us here today is because we've been taught to design through research-based evidence, finding an issue or a problem in design and finding solutions to that.
Our Omani companies, our companies call it Be Different, so we are providing two main materials. One of them is the PVC, and the other one is the stone, natural stone, and we are the first one in Oman we brought these products.
Our company here is for interior decoration. We are doing the interior designing, and we are making carpets and also special paint, and we are doing gypsum work.
Here is Iranian carpet from Kashan Yalda Kavir company. It is a special carpet from 100% acrylic, and we have a lot of variety carpets in acrylic and with traditional Iranian designs. I hope that have a good cooperation with Oman.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Santiago and I'm the founder of Santi International. We're representing artists worldwide and doing interior design for palace work as well as five-star hotels. Welcome to Santi.
I'm from Kenya and I visited this exhibition. I'm so impressed by the sheer variety, textures, colors of all kinds of furniture and the kind of materials they use. I was particularly impressed by the traditional ones in some of the places. I really enjoyed visiting this exhibition. It's been wonderful.
The exhibition, participated by over 200 national, GCC and international companies, has allowed the opportunities for establishing and exchanging market between Oman, the GCC and international companies. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Oman Exhibition Center.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of Sharqiya and Worcester and coastal areas of the Sea of Oman. Winds will be southerly to southeasterly, light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 metre. The Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The former UN envoy to Yemen praises His Majesty Sultan Qaboos's role in putting an end to the crisis in Yemen. Egypt announces a major security operation in areas including the restive northern Sinai. And the Security Council fails to reach an appeal for humanitarian truce in Syria. with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.